Hello, Vikings fans. Welcome back to the channel today. We have some juicy news that could seriously impact the team's playoff hopes this season. Imagine pairing our playmaker in the backfield with another star who's already making waves in the NFL. The rumor mill is spinning, and there's a growing buzz around a potential Blockbuster trade that could send shockwaves through the league. The Vikings are coming off a strong start to the season, sitting at 5-1 and with their sights set on a deep playoff run. After a tough game against the Lions, the focus has shifted to how they can solidify their offense before the NFL trade deadline. One of the best moves Minnesota made this offseason was signing running back Aaron Jones. Jones has been a crucial part of the offense, but his injury against the Jets raised some red flags. When he's healthy, like he was against the Lions on October 20th, he shows why he's a key playmaker, rushing for 93 yards and a touchdown on just 14 carries, along with 3 catches for 23 yards. But here's where things get interesting. As Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk pointed out during his October 18th podcast, the Vikings could make a move to take their running game to the next level. I always think of the Vikings because in the rare season that Minnesota is actually pretty good, how can they get better? Florio said. He went on to explain that while Jones is a dynamic back, he's already been dealing with injuries and the Vikings can't afford to rely on just one guy at the position. You need a couple of guys. You need somebody who can step in because you're putting a lot of eggs in one basket, and we know how the running back position goes, Florio added. Florio is suggesting the Vikings make a bold move for Alvin Kamara of the New Orleans Saints. Kamara is a 5-time Pro Bowler who's racked up nearly 6,300 rushing yards and 60 touchdowns over his 8-year career. He's a dual threat weapon with over 4,400 receiving yards and 24 touchdowns through the air. This season alone, Kamara has rushed for 438 yards and 6 touchdowns, proving he still has plenty left in the tank. They have Aaron Jones, but Aaron Jones is already banged up, Florio said. And this is where the potential trade for Kamara could come in, giving the Vikings a dynamic one. 2 punch in the backfield. Kamara is currently playing under a 5-year, $75 million contract that runs through the 2025 season. So acquiring him wouldn't just be about making a push for this year, but potentially locking down a star back for the next couple of seasons as well. With the Saints in the midst of a 5-game losing streak after starting 2-0. The circumstances in New Orleans might be shifting, making Kamara more available than he was earlier in the season. Imagine what a backfield featuring both Jones and Kamara could do to opposing defenses as the Vikings push for a Super Bowl run. Adding a player of Kamara's caliber could be the missing piece to put Minnesota over the top, especially with Jones's injury history and the need for more depth at running back. What do you think, Vikings fans? Should Minnesota pull the trigger on a trade for Alvin Kamara to pair with Aaron Jones? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on everything happening with the Minnesota Vikings. And as always, go Vikings!